Word on the street is that Steve Harvey's wife just spilled some serious behind-the-scenes secrets, and it's looking real messy for Oprah and Diddy. Steve's been playing middleman in some very questionable dealings, and according to insiders, he's done being their cleanup man. And get this, she's claiming Oprah has been using Steve to help cover for Diddy all along. Y'all, this ain't just a little Hollywood gossip. This is elite-level damage control drama. Let's start with Oprah and her connection to the diddler. So Diddy and Oprah's relationship has been growing for years. And it's not just about showing up to the same events. Their connection has people wondering, is this just business? Or is something deeper going on behind the scenes? They've been spotted together at major high-profile events, like the CFDA Fashion Awards, which shows they're both tapped into the fashion and entertainment worlds. But it's not just red carpets and photo ops. They've linked up on philanthropy projects and media-related moves too. That hints at a much more strategic partnership. Let's not forget, Oprah's inner circle is tight. We're talking Gayle King, Tyler Perry, power players only. So the fact that Diddy keeps showing up in that group is not by accident. It looks like he's aligning himself with Oprah's influence to keep his own status locked in both Hollywood and the media space. Now here's where things get sticky. Oprah has a long history of standing by her friends when they're in hot water. But with Diddy's legal situation spiraling, people are watching her closely. If she backs him publicly, it could seriously boost his image. But if she steps away, that would send a loud message that even Oprah's not willing to risk her brand for him. Then there's Steve Harvey. He's been seen with Diddy so many times over the years. Parties, events, even joint hosting gigs. Their connection runs deep, and there's even speculation that they grew closer because of a situation involving Steve's daughter, Lori. But let's rewind a bit. Steve and Diddy go way back, like late 90s back. While Steve was just breaking into the comedy and TV game, Diddy was already living that mogul life. Over the years, Steve's actually credited Diddy for being a major influence when it comes to building his brand. He's called Diddy a brother before and even praised him for putting millions into causes like Howard University. So this wasn't no surface level friendship. They had real convos about money, power, and the media game. But once the feds came knocking on Diddy's door, that brotherhood energy got real quiet, real fast. After Diddy got hit with those major charges, trafficking, racketeering, the whole nine, Steve started scrubbing his social media. Fans noticed that tweet we just showed you from 2017, where Steve praised Diddy for that $1 million donation to Howard. Gone. And this happened right after Howard themselves gave Diddy the boot, revoking his honorary degree and giving the money back. Like, even the institution didn't want that smoke. Steve wasn't the only one running from the heat, though. Usher, Megan Fox, and a few others also started cleaning house on their timelines. But Steve's deletion hit different, because it made people wonder, was there more to their connection than he let on? Social media ran with it, of course, speculating that the move was a reputation cleanup job before things got even messier. And just when things couldn't get more awkward, the Lori Harvey rumors came back. Let's not forget, back in 2019, there were strong whispers about Lori Harvey, Steve's stepdaughter, being romantically linked to Diddy. That gossip had already caused a stir years ago, but now, with Diddy's legal mess back in the spotlight, folks are rehashing all of it. Lori has denied any relationship with Diddy or his son, but the internet has not let it go. So now we're left wondering, is Steve just trying to protect his image? Was he too close to the fire? And what about Lori? Why is her name always floating around in this drama? With all the years of public appearances and industry collabs, Steve isn't just some distant acquaintance. He's part of Diddy's inner circle. And that's got folks thinking, if the fallout gets worse, could Steve get dragged into it too? Bottom line here is that both Oprah and Steve's ties to Diddy aren't just background noise anymore. As Diddy's federal trial unfolds, the way they handle their connection to him could seriously impact how they're seen in Hollywood. The pressure's on, and everybody's watching to see who stays loyal and who backs away. Now, let's talk about those Diddy parties. These parties are not just parties anymore. They've basically turned into status symbols in Hollywood. If you're invited, it usually means you've got some kind of pull or you're tapped into Diddy's powerful circle. That's why seeing names like Oprah Oprah and Steve pop up at these events always raises eyebrows. Oprah's a media powerhouse, and Steve is a household name. Their presence adds that extra layer of exclusivity and clout to Diddy's image. But now that Diddy's caught up in serious legal drama, people are side-eyeing his inner circle hard. The media and fans are connecting the dots, wondering what role these friendships really play, especially now that those same relationships are under the microscope. Oprah being at these events isn't just a photo op. It matters because she's known for controlling the narrative in the media, and Steve's been linked to Diddy for years, showing up consistently at his events. That's led folks to question whether these relationships go beyond just casual friendships. Are they business partners? Is there more happening behind closed doors? Diddy's parties have always drawn big names, from A-list actors to chart-topping artists like Chris Rock and Pharrell. But now, people are going back and reanalyzing those guest lists. Some are even asking if the glitz and glam of those nights might have covered up something darker. Now the spotlight's on Oprah and Steve. Are they just party guests, or are they more deeply connected to Diddy's business and brand? As things get messier for him, everyone's watching to see, will they stick by his side or quietly distance themselves to save face? At this point, the way these celebs handle their connection to Diddy could change how the public sees them, not just him. And in a world where loyalty and image mean everything, this could get real tricky real fast. Speaking of tricky, there's a video that recently resurfaced, and it shows one of Diddy's signature over-the-top events. You know the vibe, exclusive guest list, crazy decor, and enough star power to light up Hollywood. Now here's where things get juicy. Oprah and Steve were spotted at this particular function, and that has people talking loudly. Because with Diddy's name already in the headlines for trafficking and racketeering allegations, let's just say folks are wondering why some of the most respected names in the game are still showing face. And let's not forget, Diddy's Beverly Hills home was just raided by Homeland Security not too long ago. So, now with this footage making rounds, it's giving suspicious. Are these celebs aware of the heat surrounding him, or are they just pretending they don't see the fire? The footage doesn't just show a lit party, it opens the door to real questions about the people around Diddy. Are they clueless? Complicit? Just loyal to a fault? Because showing up at his events right now is basically like saying, yeah, we still rock with him. And let's be real, Oprah and Steve have brands to protect. So now the spotlight's not just on Diddy, it's on them too. Media outlets are already speculating whether they'll distance themselves or stay close. Either move speaks volumes. Even worse, this footage could become evidence if it shows anything that backs up the claims against Diddy. And if that happens, everyone in that room is getting a whole new level of scrutiny. This whole situation is just another reminder of how Hollywood friendships can get real messy when scandal hits. Personal ties and professional connections are tangled all the way up, and every move these celebs make from now on will be heavily watched. So now the big question is, will Oprah and Steve stay loyal, or will they pull the plug to protect their image? Either way, it's looking like this saga is far from over, and we'll be watching every step. So where does this leave us? Let's take a look. Let's start with the big picture. Diddy is in the middle of one of the biggest trials that we've ever seen, and he's facing some serious accusations. But here's where things get interesting. The man ain't going through it alone. He's got some of the most powerful names in entertainment potentially standing in his corner. We're talking Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Steve Harvey. Like, this is the Mount Rushmore of black excellence right here. But this ain't just about brunches and red carpet selfies. These relationships are part of a calculated network. And in Hollywood, that network can act like a safety net or a spider web, depending on how things play out. Diddy's using the celebrity playbook to a T. He's leaning into high-profile relationships, which can act as a PR shield when stuff hits the fan. Let's be real, we've seen this before. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they've been in hot water, yet somehow always come out sparkling. That's power, that's precision. And Diddy, he's hoping that same blueprint will work for him. These alliances aren't just about friendship, they're business, they're optics, they're about who will still post you on IG when you're trending for all the wrong reasons. But here's the thing, the media knows this too. It ain't just watching Diddy, it's watching who still sits at his table. As for that footage that we've mentioned, legal experts are already weighing in, saying it could be either a smoking gun or a harmless hangout. But in today's media age, perception is everything. If that clip shows anything that feels off, it'll be clipped, memed, and dissected before a single juror sees a courtroom. On the flip side, Diddy's team may try to paint it as normal, friendly interactions, but again, it's all about the angle. If the footage can be spun, you bet it will be. Think of it like this. Footage doesn't need to be illegal to be damaging. It just needs to look messy. Now here's where the loyalty test gets real. Will Oprah and Steve ride for Diddy in public, or are they already planning quiet exits behind the scenes? Because let's be real, when reputations are on the line, celebs will distance themselves quick. We saw it happen countless times before. At the end of the day, one thing is certain. Diddy's in survival mode, legally, socially, and publicly. His A-list circle could either help soften the blow or pull the plug if the scandal becomes too toxic. These celebrity friendships aren't just about loyalty, they're strategic tools. And right now, we're watching in real time to see if that house of cards holds up or comes crashing down. The question is, how long can his celebrity network keep the pressure off before it starts cracking under the weight of the truth? So what do you think? Are Oprah and Steve gonna stick beside him, or are they quietly packing their bags? And what do you all make of that new footage? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.